Get ready for a sweet treat as we go behind the scenes of ice cream. Just hearing the word brings to mind that sweet, cool flavor melting on your tongue, instantly washing away the sweltering heat of summer. And when it comes to the perfect summer treat, the Drumstick stands out as a clear favorite. A crispy waffle cone filled with smooth vanilla ice cream, dipped in rich chocolate, and topped with a crunchy layer of crushed peanuts. But how are these iconic cones made? From the nut-covered top to the sweet, melty chocolate core at the bottom of the cone. At Nestlé's factory in California, more than 600,000 drumsticks are produced every day, featuring over 10 different flavors. But here's the interesting part. With its crunchy chocolate shell, crushed peanuts on top, and smooth, creamy center, it's officially labeled a frozen dessert. According to U.S. Department of Agriculture regulations, a product must contain at least 10% milk fat to be legally called ice cream, and drumsticks fall short of that threshold. Instead of using pure dairy cream, the current formula relies on a blend of milk solids. It's combined with coconut oil, palm oil, and soybean oil. Ingredients that give it a rich, creamy texture and flavor. It's combined with coconut oil, palm oil, and soybean oil. Ingredients that give it a rich, creamy texture and flavor, but also cuts down on fat and calories, making the product more appealing to people on diets or those seeking a healthier alternative to traditional ice cream. Another benefit of vegetable oils is that they help the dessert freeze more solidly, keeping its shape better and resisting melting in hot weather. To enhance durability and taste, Nestlé adds a hard chocolate coating and crunchy peanuts on top. Two elements that have become signature features of the drumstick experience. Thanks to these clever innovations, you can enjoy a cool, satisfying drumstick just about anywhere. The process begins with a special blend called the white base mix, made up of fresh cream, vegetable oils, and various sweeteners, all of which are pasteurized to ensure food safety. This mixture forms the foundation of the creamy filling inside every drumstick. In the mixing area, this base inside these tanks is a blend of vegetable oils used as a substitute for dairy fat, which help create a smooth texture and keep the ice cream from melting too quickly in warm conditions. Next, workers add powdered stabilizers and emulsifiers from large bags. These ingredients play a critical role. They help bind water and fat molecules, two elements that normally don't mix well,
by coating them in microscopic membranes. This keeps the mixture from separating and maintain a smooth, consistent texture throughout storage and consumption.
After that, dairy solids, like non-fat milk and whey, are added. Since these contain less than 10% milk fat, the final product doesn't meet the FDA's legal definition of ice cream. Once mixing is complete, the blend is sent through a homogenizer, which breaks down and evenly disperses the fat molecules. Then, it moves to a high-temperature, short-time pasteurizer, where it's rapidly heated to 172 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes, and then quickly cooled down. This step ensures harmful bacteria are eliminated while preserving the signature flavor and creamy texture of the mix before it enters the... After pasteurization, the ice cream mixture is pumped into large holding tanks, equipped with rotating agitators at the bottom. These constantly stir the mix to keep it moving and prevent separation. This continuous motion helps maintain a uniform consistency while the mix waits for the next stage of processing. At this point, the mixture has a smooth, white appearance with a creamy, even texture. A light foam layer often forms on the surface due to air being incorporated as the mix is transferred between tanks. Once the exact volume of mix in the tank is confirmed, the next step is to add flavoring, such as vanilla extract or corn syrup, based on carefully calculated formulas. Flavors are always added right before the chilling stage to preserve their freshness and help them blend seamlessly into the base. Each portion of flavoring is precisely measured, poured directly into the tank, and mixed thoroughly under close supervision. The mixture is allowed a short resting period to let the flavor compounds fully integrate. Just before moving on to freezing, the stirring speed is increased to ensure the flavoring is evenly dispersed throughout the mix, creating a perfectly uniform ice cream base, ready for the next freezing stage. To achieve Drumstick's signature creamy texture, the blended ice cream mixture is pumped through a high-pressure homogenizer. Inside this machine, powerful pistons continuously operate to break down large fat globules into millions of tiny droplets, dispersing them evenly throughout the mix. At the same time, air is incorporated, not only increasing the volume of the ice cream, but also giving it a light, fluffy texture that melts smoothly in your mouth. This homogenization steps, the kind of ice cream that seems to melt the moment it touches your tongue. After this process, the mixture is transferred into large holding tanks and kept at around 23 degrees Fahrenheit to maintain stability before entering the production line. However, before any batch moves on to shaping and packaging, an experienced operator in the control room performs strict quality checks. They must ensure that the ratio of solids and fat in the mix meets precise production standards. Now it's time to add some crunch to that cool, creamy treat. The ice cream cone, as we know it today, was actually born completely by accident.
Back in 1904 at the World's Fair in St. Louis, an ice cream vendor ran into a problem.
Thinking fast, the waffle maker rolled a warm waffle into a cone shape and handed it over as a makeshift solution.
To everyone's surprise, that improvised combo was a hit. And just like that, the ice cream cone was born.
What started as a quick fix became an instant sensation and has since become an iconic part of the ice cream experience.
Inside the mixer is a blend of water, sugar, flour, canola oil, and soy lecithin, a natural binding agent extracted from soy. Each batch must be kept precisely at 62 degrees Fahrenheit. If the temperature is off, the final cones won't have the right crunch, color, or consistent texture.
During hot summer days, the flour tends to be warmer than usual, so technicians adjust the mix by adding cool water to balance the temperature.
That large tank holds a massive industrial mixer. It works just like the mixing bowl in your kitchen, but on a much larger scale, capable of handling up to 400 pounds of batter per batch. That's enough to keep the entire production line running for about 45 minutes. The mixture is stirred thoroughly, then transferred to the next area, where staff closely monitor the mixing process to ensure everything meets quality standards. Once the batter is ready, it's pumped into cooling tanks. These holding tanks play a key role in keeping the mixture fresh and stable before it's used in the next stage. From here, the batter is pumped through insulated white pipes that lead directly to the waffle ovens located outside the mixing area. From here, the batter is pumped through insulated white pipes that lead directly to the waffle ovens located outside the mixing area. Once it arrives, a precise amount of batter is dispensed onto waffle iron molds linked together on a conveyor belt. Similar to tank treads, and heated with open gas flames. When the lid of the mold closes, both sides of the waffle cook at the same time. After about 50 seconds, the cooked waffle is released. To turn it into a handheld cone, a rotating arm transfers the flat waffle to the shaping station. The waffle is placed into a metal cone mold, where a rapidly spinning piston neatly rolls it into a perfect cone. Ideal for holding ice cream. During the summer, the production line churns out around 10 million cones per day. Across the company, that adds up to about 3.5 billion cones annually. Of course, a few cones break during the process. These broken pieces are collected, crushed into crumbs, and funneled into a holding bin. They're then sold to farmers or feed suppliers, who use them as livestock feed. While the waffle cones are being shaped, it's the chocolate coating, another key component, is carefully prepared. The warm chocolate mixture is made by blending cocoa powder with water,
along with chunks of pure, dark chocolate to deepen the flavor and give it that rich, signature color. This entire
and kept at a stable temperature between 104 degrees and 113 degrees Celsius. This temperature range ensures the chocolate remains smooth and in a liquid state. To help the mixture coat evenly and solidify quickly when chilled, a small amount of vegetable oil is added. This combination not only makes the chocolate layer perfectly crisp, but also helps it adhere flawlessly to the surface of the product.
Once the waffle cones have cooled and been shaped, they're placed onto a conveyor and sent down the production line. Here they enter a stacking machine.
As the cones continue along the line, a row of nozzles sprays a thin layer of oil-based liquid chocolate into the interior of each cone. Immediately after, another set of nozzles quickly fills the tip of each cone with a dollop of thick chocolate, creating the signature chocolate core at the bottom of every drumstick. Once hardened, this layer acts as a seal that keeps the ice cream in place. Next, the cones are sent to the filling station, where smooth ice cream is precisely dispensed into each cone.
This machine can fill over 200 cones per minute.
Right after being filled, the cones are transferred into a high-capacity blast freezer. In less than 10 minutes, the temperature drops from about 40 degrees Fahrenheit to negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Prevents the formation of large ice crystals and ensures a smooth, melt-in-your-mouth experience.
Once fully frozen, robotic arms pick up each cone and place it into a specialized machine that flips it upside down.
There, the inverted cones are quickly dipped into a bath of warm, oil-based chocolate. Because the ice cream inside is extremely cold, the chocolate hardens instantly on contact, forming the crisp outer shell without melting the soft center. This is the signature chocolate coating that makes the first bite of a drumstick so satisfying. Immediately afterward, a puff of air blows crushed peanuts upward, just as the cones are lowered, allowing each one to get an even coating of crunchy peanuts. The peanut topping on each drumstick isn't just made of ordinary roasted peanuts. In fact, it's a finely crushed blend of crunchy peanuts and mini marshmallows, those soft, fluffy, mildly sweet candies. When combined, they create a unique coating that's both crispy from the peanuts and gently sweet from the marshmallows. This special blend not only enhances the flavor and texture, but also helps the topping stick firmly to the chocolate layer underneath.
For other drumstick varieties, the same process is followed.
Only the crushed peanuts are replaced with different toppings. Finally, before packaging, each drumstick must pass a strict quality control process, both in texture and taste. Random samples are cut in half to inspect the inside filling, from gooey caramel and rich fudge to creamy peanut butter, ensuring every layer meets standards and is evenly distributed. Then comes the most fun part: taste testing. Experts evaluate every detail: the smoothness of the ice cream, the crunch of the chocolate shell, the freshness of the crushed peanuts on top, and the iconic chocolate nugget at the tip of the cone, a signature element that completes the drumstick experience. Once the cones pass all quality checks, each drumstick is individually wrapped, carefully packaged, moved into cold storage, and then distributed nationwide. Whether found in supermarkets, ice cream trucks, or stadiums packed with people, the true taste of an American summer.